I don't know what to think anymore. The Mets are in free fall. What a disgrace. On June 13th, they were 21 games over 500, and we're thinking we got the best team in baseball. Oh, we're going to cruise to 100-something wins. This is, this team rivals the 1986 team. Oh, my God. 18-29 since then, as they lose another brutal loss last night to the unconscious Milwaukee Brewers as Marte gets thrown out at the plate. I mean, it's just amazing. They don't get a hit for how many innings, right? We got the usual solo home run from Juan Soto. I think we should change. You know what? I was thinking about this now. He said 21 of his 27 home runs have been solo. So instead of calling him Juan Soto, let's call him Juan Solo, right? What a disgrace. Nobody gets a hit. Alonso's not hitting. Lindor's not hitting. Nimmo's not hitting. The only guy somewhat hitting is McNeil, somewhat. Marte had a couple hits last night, a home run. I mean, it's unbelievable. And let's go back to, I think it was the night of June 13th, Friday the 13th, and there's more to it than that, but I ain't going to get into that part of it, okay? When this, losing really began, when the season started to go south. Remember they blew a 5-1 lead to Tampa Bay in that game. Remember that? Took Clay Holmes out. Couldn't wait to get Holmes out of the game. Was pitching great. They wind up blowing the game 5-1. The bullpen blows the game. They kind of right the ship after they lose 7 games in a row, whatever it was. They lost like 7 straight. They bounce back. They actually win 7 in a row, right? They sweep the Angels at home. They sweep the Giants in San Francisco. And then they go to San Diego, right? And in a very eerily similar situation as it was against Tampa, right? That started the downfall. They have a 5-1 lead in that game against the Padres. Remember, Vientos hits the grand slam, and then they blow that game, right? They blow a 5-1 lead in that game. They lose that game, and ever since then, outside of the one game they won, they beat the Giants at home. The one game where they beat the Giants, they've lost, 9 out of 10 now? 5 in a row? What a disaster. How about the game on Monday night against the Guardians, right, at home? They come back to tie the game. They're down 5-0. They come back to tie the game 5-5. And the third base coach, whoever he is, doesn't – remember Lindor gets that double down the right field line in the 9th inning, right? Tyrone Taylor's on first. He's there as a pinch runner, may I add, okay? That's why he's there. I think Alvarez had gotten a hit. And he tries to, you say, okay, wow, we're going to win the game. He's going to score from first. And the third base coach holds him up. When the ball gets dropped by the second baseman, he would have scored, and we would have won that game. And then, of course, they had the bases loaded. Well, I guess that was it. What was the situation there? They had the bases loaded in that game, too. And remember, Alonso strikes out, right? Alonso winds up striking out with the bases loaded and 1 out with a chance to win it in the 9th. I guess it was the 8th inning that happened. I mean, just unbelievable. And they don't hit. It's so exasperating watching this baseball team anymore. I mean, the starting pitching can't pitch more than 5 innings except David Peterson. And you got to explain to me why the boy genius Stearns, right? And the bloom is starting to come off his rose a little bit, too. Like that bloom. He gave $34 million to Frankie Montas. He let Severino walk, right? He let Quintana walk. And he gives $34 million to this absolute stiff Montas that everybody knew was a stiff, except Stearns, because he was going to make him into Greg Maddux. Oh, my God. You got to be kidding me. Even Holmes. This guy's a relief pitcher. It's all catching up to him now. Nobody can get, even Senga. What happened to him? Oh, the ghost fork. So much for that. More like stick the fork in him. I mean, you got to be kidding me. He can't get out of the 5th inning? It's a problem. And we didn't go out and get a starting pitcher. They couldn't have got one starter Oh, we got all these great relievers. Oh, big deal. Relief pitchers aren't doing you too much good when you're losing every game. I think Edwin Diaz is now in the witness protection program somewhere. I mean, it's a joke. It's a joke. They're not winning the division. Forget the division. You think they'll win? Forget about it. The Phillies are better. Let's be honest. Okay? Phillies got much better starting pitching than the Mets do. Much better. The lineup is better. Kyle Schwarber is probably the MVP this year in the National League. I mean, I can't. I don't know what else to say. If you're a Met fan, what else is there? What more can you? Where is my hope that this team is going to turn it around? I have no hope. And the Soto thing, we could kill Alonso all we want. We could kill Lindor all we want. We could kill Nimmo, whoever you want to kill. Nobody deserves the killing more than Soto, all right? This guy was going to come here, supposedly, and be the end-all, be-all, right? Look at all the, you see every time they'll show a graphic about Soto and his, first part of his career, and, he's in the same category as Ted Williams, I got to hear that all the time. He's done this before he's 25. He's done that before he's 25. I'm sick of it. The guy never gets a big hit. He never gets a hit with runners in scoring position, ever, right? He's got great exit velo, though. That double play he just hit into, he hit the ball 130 miles an hour, so the exit velo is good. Oh, he walks. Are you sick and tired of watching this guy take strike three right down the middle of the plate? He walks, though. He's got that high OPS. 21 of his 27 home runs, solo home runs. Typical. And I know he broke up the no-hitter. Who cares? Who cares if they got no-hit or not? Does it really matter? All it is one loss. And it doesn't matter who's pitching against the Mets. Everybody that pitches against the Mets is a combination of Greg Maddux, Pedro Martinez, and Randy Johnson. I mean, it doesn't matter. You could have the worst pitcher in the world pitching, and all of a sudden, he sees that Met uniform and he turns into a Hall of Famer for that day. Is there a more meaningless home run than the one Soto hit to break up the no-hitter against the Guardians? Come on. Big deal. Typical Juan Soto. 4-0, ninth inning, hits a solo home run, means nothing. And even in this game, it's a home run in the first inning, solo home run, of course. And he doesn't do anything the rest of the game. Of course. I mean, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of watching this guy doing what he does. He's been a major disappointment. Nobody wants to call it out like it is. I'm waiting for somebody in the media. Every time I hear, people talk about them, well, they're not going to win if Alonso and Lindor don't hit. Well, they're not going to win if Soto don't hit. Why is nobody talking about him? It's like he gets a pass. He hasn't been a complete disaster. He hasn't been Jason Bay, right? But he hasn't been what we would expect him to be. There has not been one point this year where he's carried the team. I know he had a big month of June, right? And the Mets never won. I mean, come on. I don't know what to say anymore. I'm beside myself with this team. And do you think they're going to win a game in Milwaukee? Do you feel good about it? I guess Montas is pitching tonight, but they're going to start with an opener, right? I think that's what they're doing today. They're going to have an opener start the game and then bring Montas in. And they figure maybe that's, that'll, I don't know what it means. Maybe they think, well, they'll get 3 or 4 innings out of him, and he won't implode as much. I don't know what they're thinking. But just think about this, $34 million for 2 years for Frankie Montas. Really? Oh, my God. I'm telling you, man, we were fooled. You talk about the fan base being fooled earlier in the year that we had a big-time team here. Boy, have they taken us, I don't know where. We have been completely fooled by this baseball team. And I am sick and tired of watching them go inning after inning after inning after inning without getting a hit. They had that 11-inning span when they didn't get a hit against Cleveland. Last night, I don't think they got a hit after the 4th inning till the 9th inning. It's just, it's disgusting. It really is. It's like, it's basically unwatchable. And it's like you know the outcome before it happens. You know that if the Mets have a situation with the bases loaded and 1 out, they're not going to score. They're not going to score. You know they're not. It's like when I see a situation like that, I say, okay, how are we not going to score this time? Tell me how. Going to hit it to a double play? Going to strike out with the bases loaded? Going to hit a pop-up to the infield? Whatever. Somehow they'll find a way not to score. I can't take it. I can't take it. I'm so disgusted. I'm so mad at myself. I got to have my coffee. I'm so mad at myself for being completely fooled by this bait. They pulled the wool over our eyes like you can't believe. And where are they going from here? Where? They're like in a free fall now, this team. Oh, my God. I can't. I don't know what to say.